From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Bills Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Second and 4.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
2nd and inches at the Ravens' 38-yard line.
Jacobs now. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a hit and a loose football. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Number 28, Josh.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise. And now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And this one will be brought back to the 22. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now they'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. Johnson 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Johnson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Fucking bullshit. I was right there the whole fucking time. Get the fuck out of here.
Good for 19
piece of
yards
shit.
as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
First down, Ravens.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Bills take over.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's second down.
As a defensive back, you have some and talk about it, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett, and that's caught inside the 35, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep, and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Garrett, and he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Johnson, and that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bills 7, Ravens nothing.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here for the 1st and 10.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go. Mike 54. Mike 79. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check, 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 check. Check.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll get 34 yards there. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's Jordan Howard, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Bills will extend their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bills 14, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. When a
team's turned it over 3 times in the first half. We just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. 65. 65. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On first down, it's Jacobs, and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
Jason Sanders.
This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Garrett. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
The tackle made.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
He's coming. We got double up. Check the Humphrey. Check 31. Watch twist.
They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
38-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this week. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try.
Field goal, a 27-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after. That forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Johnson. Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Albert O. Albert Okuebunam was the target there. And it's 3rd and 5.
And 5 yards to go.
They run the counter. It's Garrett, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to air one out. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 36. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Johnson now throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now Johnson on 1st and 10. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Desmond.
They know that old expression, it's not my night.
Gain of 2.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He's crossing. He's checking crowd. Big dance. Come.
Running is Jacobs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 5.
They're going option play on 3rd down. Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And this offense is running away with this one. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's Johnson. From the gun, he'll throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards on the play. First down.
10 at the 14-yard line.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bills 38, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep and not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Garrett, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
At the 33.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gain of 12. 1st down, Baltimore.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Johnson throwing on 1st down. That's complete. Okuebunam. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now. It's Garrett, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. Johnson. And that will be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Off play action. Johnson. They'll roll him out right. And he comes back with one complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. "13 yards, the tally on the return there. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Johnson now on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, let's go second.
To throw again, Johnson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Number
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
49-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, Johnson gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory.
Complete.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
31's the right. Too little, undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to make things a bit more respectable. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
38, Ravens 7. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Right there, 54 Mike. Army, 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 Army.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 22. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Bills on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And able to find Dorsett. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
First and
a 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
About this one, actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want 2 than 0-1.
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2.
Working towards 1-1. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here.
And this is caught inside the 15. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
14.
Rosas good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And, oh, that's what he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Tonight's
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bills, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.